Hello, everyone. I am Andrea Highland, founder of The Incubator, an online co-working space for women creatives, and I am a member of On Purpose Woman Global Community in the role of host today for Jenny Robertson. So, welcome to our gathering of Connections Over Coffee with the On Purpose Woman Global Community. I am so glad you are here and that you're watching this on our YouTube channel. I'm so happy for those who were able to come live for this talk. And just want to remind everyone the YouTube channel has so many great speakers. So I'd love to have you share the recording of our inspiring and insightful speaker today with others. That's what's so great about having the recording and on YouTube. So our speaker today is Cara-Michele Nether. I'm so excited to be hosting her because I met her back in 2007 and it's been a bit since I've seen her. So I'm just so excited to that she's the speaker and has the topic Too Tired to Be Consistent: How to Build Energy Without Overhauling Your Life. So I want to read a description of the talk before we do that, and then I'll tell you a little bit about Cara-Michele. So the description is, when you're exhausted, even the best intentions for self-care fall apart. The problem isn't that you don't care or don't know what to do. It's that you don't have the energy to stay consistent. Hello, yes. I'm sure you all who are watching have had that experience. So in this presentation, we'll walk through 4 solutions that help you build energy and create routines that actually stick without needing a complete life overhaul. You'll learn how to anchor your vision, stop self-sabotage by clarifying the routines and results you really want. 2, simplify your actions, strip away unnecessary effort, and focus on simple, high return practices. Number 3, shape your environment. Reshape your mental and physical space so it supports your energy and consistency. And 4, build a bounce back path. Develop the resilience to stay on track even when life throws you curveballs. So by the end, you'll walk away with a clear plan for boosting your energy, reclaiming consistency, and moving toward the strong, capable life you want without burning yourself out trying to do it all. So, one more thing before Cara-Michele takes over, because I can't wait to hear this whole topic. Cara-Michele Nether is a wellness expert with over 20 years of experience helping midlife women build sustainable health routines that fuel their energy, confidence, and capacity to lead fulfilling lives. As the creator of the Strength and Vitality Accelerator, she specializes in guiding women through the real life challenges of consistency, helping them shift from feeling overwhelmed and exhausted to feeling strong, steady, and empowered. Cara-Michele is a frequent guest on podcasts focused on health and wellness for midlife women and the author of Fuel Your Engines. So, drawing from her background in acupuncture, nutrition, coaching, consulting, and personal training, she offers a compassionate and practical approach to self-care, one that honors the unique demands of midlife while making space for women to thrive. And the link to her website is in the show page description, strengthvitalitywellness.com. Welcome, Cara-Michele. I'm going to
Thank
turn it
you.
over to you. I'm got my pen and paper ready to take notes here. So thanks for
Yeah,
being here.
Andrea, I can't tell you how great it is to see your face. You mentioned how long it's been since we've connected. It's been more than 10 years,
Yeah, for sure.
more than 10 years. And so it's really nice to feel your energy again and be in your presence, even over Zoom. So thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
for jumping
I feel
in.
the
And
same. I
I
feel
know
the
Jenny is so happy that you're willing to jump in and fill this space. And we are all the beneficiaries of your beautiful energy. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So today, we have 30 minutes, and it's really tough for me to stop talking enough to get everything in here for 30 minutes. So we might not get to all four of those pieces, but I'm always willing to offer a free insight session to talk about anything we missed today, or maybe more importantly, to jump in and just kind of understand what's going on for you so that we can figure out a plan that allows you to feel more like the woman that you truly want to be, right? So today, I'm not interested in just offering more information to you. I want to offer some insights for you, right? So Andrea said she's got her pen and paper. That I do recommend that. There's going to be a lot of things you're going to want to jot down, even if you're watching the recording. There's going to be a lot of information here that you're not going to forget, right? And please, we're just going to move through this information. But Andrea, if you could help me recognize anything that folks are putting in the chat, and if you want to speak those things out loud, I'm happy to answer any of those questions, or to just acknowledge. It's nice for us to acknowledge information that we hear that resonates for you, because then it helps other women feel like, oh, it's not just me. So just drop a, at the very least, drop a little yes, in a comment when you hear something that resonates for you. So what I want to do today is I want to first spend a few minutes talking about some of the pitfalls that we find ourselves falling into that kind of make it difficult for us to be consistent. The thing that I know after 20 years of working in women's health is that the women that I work with, and I know for sure you all are exactly the same, you know exactly what it is you need to do for yourself. We just went through that exercise in the breakout groups. We know what everybody knows, that exercising more, getting better sleep, nutrition, having accountability partners, all those kinds of practices really help us be more consistent with taking care of ourselves, right? But it's the how do we actually take the knowledge and turn that into consistency that is the tricky part. And so that is what I've just spent my work that I'm super passionate about. It is helping women to figure that out, right? And so we're going to talk about some of the pitfalls that we fall into. I say we because I'm 56, right? I have parents in their 80s. I'm married. I have a business, right? I don't have any children, but life is full, right? So I get it. I know I'm living it with you. There's no question here whether or not I know what's going on for you and for the other women that are on this call. That's nice to know, because as we talked about in one of the breakout groups, is that sometimes the information that's coming at us has nothing to do with the challenges of a midlife women's life, right? It's nice to have friends and connections with people who are younger, but I don't, sometimes we have to be careful with the advice that we get from them about what's really going to support us, our goals and our life right now, not when we were 20 years younger, but right now at this point. So we're going to spend some time talking about some of those pitfalls, and then we're going to fill in the gaps there with true solutions that'll really help you. And again, knowing what the pitfalls are and then adding in the solutions in your notes, I think is really going to help. Um, so yeah, and then maybe if we have some time, I'll fill in with a little bit of some stories of clients that I've worked with that may resonate with you as well. Andrea, I know you're going to give me some signals and keep me on track for time. All right, shall we just jump right on in? Let's go. So the first one of the pitfalls or problems that I see, the number one issue is guilt and self-sabotage. Does anyone here ever feel uh, guilty for giving yourself time and energy on a regular basis when you could be giving that time out to somebody else? Yes, I see a big yes already, right? Yeah, listen, I think that midlife is the busiest time of a woman's journey. Why do I say that? Not only do you may have children and a spouse and a career that you're moving forward, social obligations, friends that you're taking care of, you have homes and property and all the social events, but you not until we get a little bit older, for majority of us, do our parents and elderly relatives start to need some more support. And if you've had that opportunity to step in and try to help out someone who's older, you know for sure that running someone else's medical life or the taking care of their finances adds a whole nother level to your daily responsibilities and commitments. So I consider this to be one of the the biggest and most busiest times of a woman's journey. But a lot of the time, that kind of all the things that we have to take care of, it feels a little invisible, right? There's a lot of stuff that we do that's kind of under the radar for everybody else. No one really understands all the responsibilities and all the caregiving, leadership, and all the expectations that are known expectations, that are unknown, unconscious expectations, societal expectations. We're carrying a lot, and a lot of that is invisible. So I think that is one of the places that really can suck our energy and give us put us in a pitfall, is not understanding that we are giving away our energy. We're sabotaging our opportunity for consistency because we're not really clear on all the things that we're actually managing and taking care of. Number two is low energy pain and bad lab results, right? Um, Having an environment that is that sets us up for failure is going to be a big issue for us all, right? And it's going to drain our energy. And when I say environment, I'm not just saying physical environment, even though that is really important. I'm also saying our mental environment. How are we thinking? What's the conversation that we're having for ourselves, with ourselves, right? It's really easy to get down on ourselves. Has anyone here ever heard yourself fussing and nagging with yourself? Why didn't I do the thing? It's so easy to take care of it. Why didn't I keep up with it? I don't know what the problem is. That to me is a difficult mental environment. It's going to make consistency with taking care of ourselves really, really tricky. So having that low energy or pain or those bad lab results can make it really hard to want to kind of get out of that hole for ourselves. And the third thing is this idea that we are lacking time, um, that there's not enough space in the day for us to take care of ourselves and be the kind of mother, wife, friend, sister, uh, employee, boss that we want to be to the other people in our lives, right? And I think that sometimes that just shows up because we have a very rigid understanding of the things that we need to do for ourselves, right? And when we are rigid with ourselves, rigidity is going to break, right? And then that's when we fall. So we want to make sure that we're being, sometimes the word discipline is what people really hold on to. I'm not being disciplined enough, Cara-Michele. And really, what I think is that we're not being flexible enough with ourselves. Okay. Uh, Write this statement down if you can. The quality and quantity of everything we say and everything we do is dependent on the mental and physical energy that we have in the moment. I'll say it one more time. The quality and quantity of everything that we say and everything that we do is dependent on the mental and physical energy that we have in the moment. Self-care is not about getting our nails done. I mean, that's a great thing to do, right? It's a very relaxing thing for a lot of folks. Bubble baths are very relaxing. But the question that I have, because I really think that self-care has gotten a little twisted. Self-care to me, in my professional opinion, is anything that increases our mental and physical energy. Okay? Because of that statement, what we're trying to do in a life that we enjoy, a life that we love, a life that we want to wake up to every day, is we want to connect, right? We have relationships that are important to us. We have projects that we want to move forward. So how do we do that if we're lacking mental and physical energy? That's the only place that's going to fuel our thoughtfulness or our playfulness or our ability to come up with an answer or a solution that's out of the box, right? So we have to understand that our self-care is like a foundation. The things that we put in, it's like a piggy bank. If we keep putting into that, then we can make withdrawals. When we don't put into it, it's tricky to make withdrawals, and the withdrawals are everything that we do when we say. If you agree or you understand this, please drop a yes in the comments so I make sure that we're all on the same page. Yeah, yeah. So we've got three things there that can really tie us up: guilt and sabotage, having low energy, pain, or bad lab results. Thank you. And then this idea of having lack of time and this struggles with being consistent because we're being so rigid with ourselves and we're trying to be so disciplined instead of being flexible. So what do we need to put in place in its place? Number one is an anchoring vision, an anchoring vision. When we are clear, in our breakout group, we talked about taking a few minutes to get clear on what it is that we need to put time and energy into, right? Like the question was, what activity or practice is going to generate more energy for us? And again, I think that's a really important question to sit with. But we also want to know, who am I trying to become? Now, when we put that statement out there, we're not putting it out there with an understanding that who we are now is bad or wrong, right? But we're constantly growing, right? And what is important to us now at this point in our lives at 50, 55, 60, 65, is very different than what we wanted when we were 20 or 30, right? And so it's really important to understand, who am I trying to evolve into? What's truly important to me now? What are the values that I hold high now? Why is that important? Because when we're trying to make shifts and changes in our lives, number one, the ability to do something different is never an intellectual exercise. It always comes from an emotional place. When we're actually successful in doing something new, doing something different, making different decisions for ourselves, intellect is never enough. If it were, as we said before, there's plenty of information out there. We've already ingested a ton of information about self-care, right? It's nice to have that emotional pull so that when we're, for example, opening a refrigerator and we're trying to say, am I going to do my normal or am I going to do something different that I know is really going to benefit me, but I'm not practiced at doing it? It's nice to be clear on the emotion of who it is that I'm trying to become. Also, who needs the best version of me? That's the second portion of this anchoring vision. Who deserves the best version of me? As we mentioned before, relationships are like the foundation of everything that we're trying to do, right? For myself, I want to be the person that my aging parents need, right? And so I know for sure that patience and thoughtfulness, having my own physicality be at a certain level, my brain be clear so that I can be thoughtful and playful with them, right? When they're going through difficult times, I'm very clear on who it is I'm trying to become, and I'm clear on who needs that from me. So when I'm standing in front of the refrigerator with my hand on the handle and I'm trying to decide, am I going to go this way or I'm going to go that way, it's easier for me to do the new thing because I can pull on that emotion, which is way stronger than this intellectual idea that, oh, I should probably do something different. Let me know if that makes sense. Number two, whatever plan you choose for yourself, it needs to be realistic and it needs to be an enlightening process. So when we mentioned that self-care, wellness, health, the industries are very full, can feel very complicated. So there's a lot of information, a lot of noise out there. It's really tricky to figure it out. I want you to know, and I want you to hold on to the idea that the thing that you can actually do, that's the thing you should do. It's much better. You're going to get the results that you're looking for. More mental and physical energy. Remember, that's the foundation for everything that we're trying to do is having that mental and physical energy. You're going to feel the results of having more mental and physical energy if you are going for a walk 5 minutes a day on a regular basis than if you hit the gym for 2 hours once a month. We know that's the truth, right? Intellectually, we know that. But it's harder to kind of get out of our own conversation. Oh, I should be doing a lot all the time. You know, we can say the same thing about nutrition. We can say the same thing about hydration, whatever it is that we think that we need for ourselves. It needs to be realistic for your current situation, not how you felt 10 years ago, not even what was going on in your life a year ago. Right now, be honest with yourself. And that's going to make room for you to then actually do the thing. So if you can only right now, if your body is sore, if you walk for half an hour, soreness, as a personal trainer, I've been a personal trainer for over 10 years, working specifically in women's health, women's health, women over 50. I never want my women to feel sore. Never. Why? Because when you feel sore and you're having trouble walking up and down the steps or getting your legs over to the side of the bed, do you want to go do it again? You don't. No, right? So it's better to do less, more frequently, and then slowly start to turn up the dial than it is to try to jump in all the way, all at once. What do I mean about the enlightening process? The process that you go through, whatever the plan is, whatever program you're working on, it needs to be something that helps you understand yourself better. Because the answer to truly is what we're looking for is we want to know what's the effective dose that gives me mental and physical energy around nutrition, around exercise, around hydration, right? Those are three of the five foundations of health and wellness that I consider, right? That's what I teach my community. So let's just take those three things, right? So we've got to figure out what is it that's in my way? What story do I have? What physical environment do I have set up for myself that makes it hard for me to access more water? You see, you need your program or your process to help you understand yourself. You need those moments where it's like, oh, maybe that's getting in my way. Oh, maybe I have an old conversation about exercise that really is irrelevant for the person that I am now and what it is that I'm trying to do. So the process needs to be realistic. Thank you so much. And it needs to be enlightening. It needs to open up more understandings about yourself. Number three is that we need to create a bounce back path. There is no way, there is no way that you're going to lead a life that is smooth like a roller skating rink or an ice skating rink. Take care, Julie. There's no way. Okay? Life is going to be bumpy. If you have younger people in your life that you help to support, if you are married or have a partner, if you have people that count on you, if you have communities that you run or you support, if you're working in someone else's business, you're running your own business, there's no way that there's not going to be bumps and shifts and changes there, right? You're going to get a phone call that, that there was a car accident. Now you're down to one car, right? Or your daughter is, broke up with the boyfriend and there's a lot of tears, right? So we got to know that this is the deal. These things are going to happen. So what we have to do is set up your process so that it accounts for this, so that we plan for this. We let go. That's right. That's what makes life very interesting, for sure. We have to let go of this all or nothing idea. If I can't be perfect at it, then I'm not going to do it, right? We got to know that those bumps and bruises are going to show up in our life. It's going to make things a little bumpy for 3 weeks or a month or two, right? Or a day. And if we account for it, if we have a plan B in place, did we actually fall off the wagon? I say no. We didn't fall off the wagon. It's just, we implemented a second plan. So those are the three hiccups or pitfalls. And then how do we fill those gaps for ourselves? Look at that, right on time.
That was wonderful. Anything else that you wanted to say before we bring it to
You
a
know what?
close?
I think we'll fill a lot of that in the Q&A.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds great. So I just want to ask everyone to give a hand, have come off of mute and give a hand to I was so absorbed in what you were just saying that there's a part of me that's like, oh, now I'm talking to end this. But this was great. I really appreciate, yeah, so many things. And we'll do a little Q&A here. But let's just take a moment to show some love to our speaker. Let's hear it for Cara-Michele. Woo! Woo-hoo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
listening.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and heart with us today. And to everyone who's listening, who's here live, and also thank you for being a part of this vibrant, supportive, and purpose-filled community. And for anyone who's watching the YouTube video, if you'd like to learn more about how to get involved in our Zoom or in-person gatherings or explore On Purpose Woman magazine, just head over to opwgc.com. It's in the show page here also. We'd love to connect with you again. And until next time, stay inspired, stay authentic, and stay connected. And let me find where the recording is. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Bye-bye now, everyone. And thanks so much, Cara-Michele.
Yeah.
All right.